What?
Yeah, feel that beat, feel that beat. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mickey. Come on, Mickey. Let's dance.
Dance? I thought you'd never ask. I'd love to.
What?
What?
Why in the world are we saying what?
Because we don't have our ears on us.
That's right. So welcome to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. My name is Steve.
What?
You're going to keep this up all night, aren't you?
My name is Keaton. Harris.
Is that as serious as we're going to get?
We're not gonna cut it out because it's funny.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got my editing assignment then, huh?
Yeah.
No cutting out Keaton's silliness. Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. Hopefully everyone's having a great week, and here we are ready to talk about the next in the Mickey Mouse Shorts series, as made famous by Paul Reddish. Now, here's an interesting question. I discovered, Mr. Keaton, that even though we live here in the Pacific Northwest, you tend to sometimes have a Southern accent. I cannot figure out how that happened. Now, just to demonstrate this, I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
What?
Okay. In which movie do you see Sorcerer Mickey?
Fantasia.
Why are you calling it Fantasia? Where's this Tasia coming from?
Made it up.
This whole weekend he's been running around saying, Dad, I want to see Fantasia. Say it. Come here. Say it again. I love how you say it, but I don't know where the accent's coming from.
Fantasia.
Okay. Well, apparently we're going Southern. Now, one quick piece of news, or one piece of correction that we have to do from last week. Before I get into it, just a couple things, there's one thing to know. As I'm doing research for the show, there's a couple sites that I go to. We got to figure out when each show was produced and when it was released and who was responsible, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff we're typically talking about for each episode, which we'll talk about for this week's episode here in a few minutes. But one of the pages I always look at is a Wikipedia page that lists all the Mickey Mouse short episodes in order, and they typically have news as far as the new titles coming out and when it's going to air and all that kind of good stuff. So that way we can see what's coming up, and they've always been correct. So last week I checked the site before we went on the air, and I noticed that it said that the next episode is called, do you remember what I said it was called? Who Knows? Now, looking back on it, I can see that was kind of obvious that somebody went in, because anybody can update Wikipedia pages. People had no idea when the next Mickey show was coming, so they went in and added an entry for season 5, episode 19, called Who Knows? And that was their way of saying, we have no idea when the next episode is coming. Who knows what it's going to be? Now, when I read that, I'm picturing kind of a clever plot in my mind. A few seasons ago, we had an episode of the Mickey Shorts called No, where Mickey kept getting in trouble and having all these crazy things happen to him every time he said no. And so I was thinking, who knows? Mickey Mouse could be saying who knows as an answer to a question, and that's causing all sorts of mayhem. It sounded like an intriguing plot. I bought it. I'm gullible. Sorry about that. But it turns out somebody was just messing with the entries. Who Knows is not the name of the next episode. This week when I went to check to see if, Who Knows had an air date, it was removed from the site. So obviously someone was...
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
And that's not the name of the next episode. Who knows? Haha. We have no idea when the next episode is going to air because we seem to be in between seasons, but hopefully by October we will see some more. But in the meantime, we have plenty to talk about.
Well, yeah, but what's the next Mickey short that we're doing?
That would be tonight's. And you remember the title of tonight's?
Bad Ear Day!
Bad Ear Day. That's right. One of our favorite Mickey Mouse shorts. We love Bad Ear Day. We watch it all the time. We are very familiar with this episode, which is why we're constantly running around saying, What? What?
Yeah, every time we say something.
And as we watch the show tonight, you'll suddenly discover why we're constantly saying, what?
Dad, you should explain.
Okay, well, let's talk about the specifics of the episode, and then we'll see it when we get into it, and then we can talk about it later. Alrighty. So the official show summary for this week for Bad Ear Day is that Mickey loses his ears and must hunt them down. So that's what the episode is about. As far as the official information, the original air date is August 16th, 2013. Now, notice this is the first of the 2-week breaks. Throughout its historical run, a majority of the time, there's been 2 weeks in between each of the new Mickey Mouse short episodes. So far in its run, they've been premiering every single week through the first 8 episodes. Now they're finally getting into rhythm of doing them every other week. It was written and the story was by, big group of them this time, Derek Dressler, Clay Morrow, Paul Ruddish, Chris Savino, and Aaron Springer. It was storyboarded by Chris Savino and directed also by Chris Savino. Now, unlike some of the other directors, he decided not to provide extra voices this week, but that is okay. So, there's our credit to the crew. What do you say we actually watch it and figure out where this what is coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, we're excited about this. So, pop on the headphones. We are watching once again on YouTube. I will try to remember to throw the link to the YouTube video up on the show notes. They're sized for my head, and I have a big noggin. You have a little noggin. Okay, I think we are ready to go.
Yep.
He's got the headphones on so he can hear. Okay, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, count down. 3, 2, 1. Hit play.
What?
Hello. Okay, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. Hit play. Mickey Mouse in Bad Ear Day. It's a snowy scene. This is straight out of Yodelberg. Oh, wait, no, it's not from that show. It's a dream. Mickey's freaking out. Mickey is talking on the phone. It's Minnie. Wait, where's he supposed to be? He is late. Oh, no. He forgot he had a date with Minnie. But now he's trying to go fast to get ready. Mickey's distracting him on the phone. He's coming back. Mickey's distracting him on his phone. If you'll just let me get ready, I can get out the door. Okay, fine, whatever. So now he's going to run into the bathroom. He's going to quickly get ready. He's chucking his stuff around. Woohoo! He's got his tunes playing. He's got his bow tie. He is slicking back his ears. Oh, wait, they keep... Yeah, now he's having the equivalent of a bad hair day, even though he has no hair. His ears are not cooperating as he's trying to get ready for this fancy schmancy date. Oh, they're beating him up, so he's going to use his ear spray. Apparently his ears don't like this. They are running around his head trying to get away from the spray. He just sprayed his eyes. Oh, and then he fell on the floor.
That could sting.
Wait, oh, his ears are gone. Where's his ears? Oh, they're on his butt. How does his ears get on his butt?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's okay. He's got his ears. He's going to be on time to meet Minnie. He walks by the window and the fan. Oh, his ears just blew away. He has no ears. And suddenly now the whole cartoon goes almost silent. We can't hear anything. There's wait. Oh, that almost like a hidden Mickey. He runs in front of a meter and it looks like his ears. Now in front of balloons, it looks like his ears. He can't hear. I mean, it's all quiet. The cartoon is quiet. There's barely any sounds. He runs into Goofy. Hey, Goofy, have you seen my ears? What? Goofy's trying to talk to him. He can't understand what the heck Goofy's talking about. Goofy's getting mad because Mickey's like ignoring him. So Mickey steals his ears. Now he's like, haha, now I can hear. Okay, look, someone stole my ear. No, or my ears blew away. Goofy's like, what? Because Goofy can't hear. Goofy has no ears right now. Now, Mickey's found his ears. They're being played on a hockey arena. Goofy still can't figure out what's going on because he hasn't put his ears back on. Mickey sees his ears. He's going to hop in. He's going to try to get them. Woohoo! But here come all these hockey players. No! He goes skating across the ice. He's all beat up, but he's determined to get his ears. He fashions his bow tie into a hockey stick, and now he's about to go out and play. He's playing hockey. Here he goes. He's going to make a 3 points. How in the world does he do that? Ears back on. Woohoo! Everyone's cheering. Mickey Mouse did it. He's going to win the game. But, oh, he's late. He's got to get to his date. He runs around the corner. Goofy's still standing there holding his ears. What? And now we know why Goofy was doing that. Mickey finally gets to his date with Minnie Mouse. The show is about to start. Minnie's so sad. Oh, yay, Mickey's there. She's so happy he made it on time. And now he can finally relax and enjoy the show. But what are we watching?
The opera.
The opera! No one wants to hear the opera! Especially Mickey Mouse. So, those ears are going to come right back off. And he can enjoy the date with Minnie Mouse. Who knew that Mickey Mouse could remove his ears? That's kind of cool. But at the same time, we've seen Mickey Mouse remove his ears before in some of the old-time Mickey Mouse cartoons. Even in Get a Horse that we were watching a few weeks ago. Mickey at one point in time pulled his ears off. So this is nothing new, but it's still definitely entertaining to watch. Mickey looks really, really weird without his ears on. Would you agree?
I agree.
Yes.
And, well, I still don't have my ears back on.
So how do you know what I'm saying?
What?
What?
I knew that was coming. Ay, caramba, child. All right, so a few things we want to mention. Some of this might be obvious, but, got to talk about it. This episode's title's a play on the phrase bad hair day. We've all had bad hair days, even though you and I keep really short hair, so difficult to have bad hair day. But some people, their hair just does not cooperate, just like Mickey's ears did not cooperate in this week's episode. Now, do you want to know something cool?
What?
Did you see the Wreck-It Ralph reference in this episode?
No.
Okay. So this isn't the biggest, the coolest Easter egg, but it's still there. It's still good to know. If you scroll into the 1 minute 31 second mark, Mickey is out on the street as he's running around trying to find his ears. He doesn't have them at this point in time. He's standing on a street corner, and behind him is an empty shop, and on the window there's a sign that said, King Candy. Who's King Candy?
In Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. So it's a blink and you miss it moment, but there is a reference to Wreck-It Ralph in this cartoon short, which is kind of funny. Now, Minnie Mouse is back in the cartoon. We have not seen Minnie Mouse since back in the New York Weenie days. However, she's just in the end, but you can hear her voice on the phone when she's talking to Mickey. I like the fact that, so many people don't understand that the longer you tie up somebody when you're talking to them on the phone, the longer it takes them to get ready. So I like to see that these kind of things happen in Mickey's world, just like our own. Now, there's a bunch of classical music in this particular episode. You might have heard the music at the beginning. That was the William Tell Overture, as Mickey's dreaming away. We also have the classical music at the end. This was from Clara Cluck when she's at the opera. This is from, oh my goodness, I have to try to pronounce this. Largo al Factotum. I know I'm going to get emails on this one as far as my pronunciation. Now, what's funny is if you go back and you watch the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, as we're going to do, we're slowly working through all the Mickey shorts, we're going to come across a cartoon made a long time ago called Mickey's Delayed Date. And the plot of this one is very, very similar to this one in the fact that Mickey almost sleeps through a date and has to get ready really quickly, and everything bad's happening to him while he's getting ready. Now, granted, in this cartoon, he doesn't lose his ears, but it's still very similar as far as the structure at the beginning. So it's got to be a nice nod to that one. And finally, even though it's kind of obvious, as we talked about, when Mickey doesn't have ears, what is he hearing? Nothing. You can kind of hear a little bit, it's kind of way off in the distance, but you can't hear anything loud. So when he goes up and he talks to Goofy.
What?
First, Goofy's all confused. Goofy's trying to talk to Mickey. Mickey's confused because Mickey can't hear Goofy. That makes Goofy mad, but then Mickey steals Goofy's ears.
What?
So now Mickey can hear again, but Goofy can't.
I don't have time to talk, Goofy. I'm late meeting Minnie, and I've lost my ears. Have you seen them?
What?
Which is what brings up all of the...
What?
Yeah.
That's where we get that line. Just this is one of these lines that Keaton and I are always saying to each other. We're always looking at each other and being like, "What?" Just like we're always looking at each other and being like, "Help me.
Help me.
We do that a lot more.
Yes, we do. It's fun watching the people put the details into the cartoon to think through. I mean, we're listening to the world as though we are Mickey Mouse. So when his ears are gone, we can't hear anything. When Goofy's talking and Mickey doesn't have ears, we can't hear him, which makes him mad. So any other thoughts, Keaton, on Bad Ear Day? We've been waiting for a long time to cover this one. Anything else you'd like to say?
Mickey finds his ears, but he used a clock for his ears.
Yeah, a lot of great. I mean, for those of us that like when we go to the theme parks, we like looking for the hidden Mickeys. Mickey himself is creating hidden Mickeys. This sounds kind of meta, but yeah, Mickey's creating hidden Mickeys from how he's looking around the town. Whether he's lined up against a parking meter or balloons, it's fun seeing that creativity of going, look at these different things that could be Mickey's ears. Nice observation, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's about it for Bad Ear Day, which means it's time for
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right, Keaton, what do you got for us this week?
What do you call a dinosaur sleeping?
What do you call a dinosaur that's sleeping?
A dinosaur.
Oh, a dinosaur. Where do you get this stuff?
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right. What do you say we wrap up the show, buddy? Remember, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Google Play, on Stitcher, or subscribe through your podcast player of choice. Lots of them out there, and they all can find us if you do a quick search for Mickey Shorts and more. Likewise, if you'd like to connect with the show, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the major social media networks. Just, again, do a search for Mickey Shorts and more, and you'll find us. We'd love to hear your feedback, your commentary, your ideas on these episodes as well, so that we can feature them in upcoming episodes. Just send a quick email to mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com, or call the voicemail if you'd rather talk to us and leave a message, but realize that by leaving a message, you're giving us permission to use that on the air. That number, 541-321-0472. Would love to feature your thoughts on the Mickey Shorts. Next week, Keaton, do you remember what we're covering next week? Ghoul Friend. Another one we really like. Ghoul Friend is coming up next week. You can see what Goofy looks like as a zombie. Not at all creepy, but we'll get to that next week. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for listening. Remember to share this show with your friends so that everyone can enjoy the podcast. And with that, have a great Mickey week.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Dun.